So in our last video, we created this interface here because we started creating our front end. And you can see right here now, we have something that starting to look at how ChatGPT look like. So we'll proceed from here. In this video, I want us to create this button here that has this plus sign here, and also that says new chat here. So remember, if you haven't liked this video, kindly like this video, and if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. So let me see you in the tutorial. So right now I want to remove this heading here, this sidebar heading here, and then I place the button here that look like this one here. You can see here we have the plus sign here, and also we have the new chat. And when you hover over it, you can see there's this light white color that is appearing when you hover over this button. So what we'll do now, let's go back into our code here, and in our code we just go to this app.component.html, and now we'll go into this section that is called sidebar here. So I want just, first of all, let me go back here in our styles and let me format this code because I feel there is a lot of space that I left. So let's go back in HTML here, and the first thing that I'll do here, I will create a button. I'll say button, and this button I will call it, I'll give it a class of sidebar button, just like that, as a class that we'll be using. So in here we have if you see here in the video here, or in this ChatGPT, you can see we have this plus sign here, but I won't be adding this as an icon. I'll just use text. So what I'll do now, I'll add it as a plus sign here or as a text, and then actually I'll add it as a text, as a span, and then let me give it a plus there. And in here now I'll say new chat, just the way like this one in the ChatGPT here. So just like this one here, new chat, that is, and of course this one is not capitalized, the C is not capitalized. And you can see here we have now plus and then new chat here. So inside here I won't add this T just like that. So now we need to style it. So I will copy this one here, the sidebar button, and then let's go into a CSS here, and then I'll scroll down here and then start now. We start now coding here. So the first thing that I want to do is to create a padding, and I will create a padding of 15 pixels. And the other thing that I want to do is to add a border, because remember we have a border. So one that is 1 pixel, and then solid and white. That is, so this border is this one here. This here that you are seeing here, you can see it that that is surrounding this button, the border of that button. And the other thing that I want to add is now is the cursor. I want the cursor to be pointer, and we can have a border radius of 5 pixels to reduce the sharp ends of this button. And the other thing that we can do is to text align, and then I say left, just like that. And again, now the other thing that I can do is to add a margin of, let's say, 10 pixels. And the last thing that I want to do is to add an animation, because I'll be hovering over it, and then you can see the light white color, that is. So I'll say transition, and then is, and I'll say 0.2 second, and then I'll say all, just like that. So let's see how our button looks like. So in here you can see how the buttons look like, and I want to add this transparent background here. So I'll just add this, let me come here, and here I can say background color. So I just say background color to be transparent, just like that. So let's see if that will, and then I will add the width. I say width, maybe add a width to be, let's say, 150, or let's add 200 pixels. And let's see the difference now. So let it load, and now in here you can see we have this here, and I want now to add a color also. The color should be white, so let me add the color here to be white. So, and I will add this FF colors here. Hash FF is a white color also, variation of white color. So you can see here we have this one here, and actually you can see now it's going to look like this one here. So I'll just go back here, and in this span now I will continue to style it. So I want to style now the span that is holding our plus sign. So I'll just say sidebar button and then span. And in here now I'll say font weight. I want to be having a font weight of bold, and then a font size of, let's say, 20 pixels, just like that. So let's see how it looks. So after it has loaded, you can see we have that to be a plus sign and font size of, let's say, bold, and then new chart here. But we can see here this one is not even bold, so I can remove the bold here. And maybe what else I can do, I can say here in the button display flex, and then I can say align items to be center, and think that will align these two. So let's see what will happen now and the changes that we can have now. So after we have that, you can see now we have this button here. So I want to increase the width, because I feel the width for the ChatGPT button is bigger than ours. And in here I will say margin right, because I want to add a margin here, and I'll say 20 pixels, just like that. Let's save and see how it will appear now. After that, you can see we have this one here, and let's look at this here, and you can see how it looks like. So I'm thinking that this border radius is small, so I can add it to be 10%. So in here I can add the border radius to be 10%, or border radius, let me add it to be 5 pixels, so that we see how it will look like. So let's see now again what it will look like. So in here, let's see. Yes, I think that's okay now, and you can see now it's taking the shape now. So I want to style now. I want to add the hover effects, so that when you hover it, you can see this color that is light white, that is. So to do that, I will add first of all, let me format again, because I'm adding a lot of spaces, unnecessary space. So to do that, what I'll do, I will just say sidebar here, or sidebar button, and then I will add hover here, and then I will just say background color, just like that, and then I will add the RGBA color here to give the variation of white. So I'll say 255, and then 255 here, and 255, and then here also it's 255, and the last one here is now, I'd say, 0.1. So I think this one now will work. So save it, and then inside here now, let's see if it works. So you can see we have the similar effect here now. When you hover over it, you can see we have this color here. And because we added this transition here, remember we added the transition in our button here, right here. You can see we had this transition. That's why we have that one. If we remove this transition, and then load it, it will be a very sharp transition. So you can see it is very sharp. So what I did, I added this transition here, so we can just redo it or undo. So I will add it to be, let me, 3 seconds, and I think that now will be okay. I'm formatting code here. So let's go back in our application here. So you can see here everything is taking shape, and it's almost the same thing with the ChatGPT here. So you can see we have new chat here, and the same have new chat here. So now I want to end this video here because I don't want it to be longer than this. And then I'll see you in the next video, whereby we start now looking at the input that is all over here, or we can just start looking at the chat box now. So let me see you in the next video.